Well, I guess it started with me telling Anna I want us to have a dog, and her pointing out some time in the future when she thought it would be appropriate.
We were hesitant about getting a dog sooner because little children, we were kind of making sure that we focused on the little ones first, but now that they're getting bigger, starting grade school, we're like, okay, now they can, be more active with the dogs if we were to have any. And every boxer owner that I've known, they've always bragged about how great they are with children and how family oriented they are. So we went ahead and decided to adopt.
She shared a post for Austin Boxer Rescue on Facebook, suggested we go. Perfect. If she was going to share an event on Facebook, then she would be willing to go. If she were willing to go, then she'd be willing to accept the consequences.
The Austin Boxer Rescue is a fully nonprofit organization. We make sure that the house that the dog goes to is a really good match. The last thing we want to do is put a dog in a home and have them come back into rescue a week later, 2 weeks later, a year later. So our team does a really, really good job of vetting all of the applications and making sure that we match the appropriate dog to the appropriate house.
We pick a dog out that we think will work for them based on their house, and that could be if they have kids or cats or small dogs, big dogs. So everybody from the family has to be here on the day that they adopt the dog. We would not adopt a dog out unless all the members are here, because all the members have to agree on that dog.
Layla and Ali came to us as a bonded pair, and by that what we mean is that they never knew a time in their lives when they were separate. It's always our goal and our hope that we can keep them together. It's a little more difficult to home two dogs. You have to find somebody who's willing to take on two mouths to feed.
I was gung-ho, just, a slightly older dog, not a puppy where we'd have to be house training. Hopefully one that was more calm and can play with the children gently. And obviously I only had in mind just one dog. I had no idea that there would be two paired dogs, at this event that, would end up stealing our hearts.
I wanted just one, but instead we needed to get two.
These dogs were an owner surrender. We could get some information about their histories.
When the owners need to rehome their dogs, I don't really focus so much on the reason, but we do the best we can, because there are worse approaches. When a family decides that they can no longer, keep their animals, they take the time to contact us, that's really ideal.
She was kind of in a bind of wanting to keep those dogs together, and we knew that we can provide that for them. Obviously, we wanted a little bit more easier situation, but considering that they've always been together, and they're very calm.
It seemed like these dogs would probably have a smoother transition for us than one dog that whose history we didn't really know.
We only had them in rescue for about a week. A week later, we had an adoption day event, and the owner brought them to the event, and they were adopted.
They were just like, okay, if you're really interested in these, let's get the ball rolling. Let's make sure that they come home to you ASAP. Only bad stuff I've heard was probably a lot of drool, maybe occasional illnesses because of their short snouts with the inbreeding. Beyond that, we didn't really hear any negative comments about the breed itself. We were really focusing on trying to find dogs that were going to be great with kids.
A lot of people assume because they got a little snub nose that maybe they're a little mean or something like that, but they're absolutely not. They're one of the most affectionate and one of the most loving dogs that you could possibly have. They do fantastic with children.
A lot of people think they're used for fighting and that they're vicious animals, and that can be the case if they're trained that way. So as with any breed, if you put them in a loving environment and you give them the attention and the care that they need, they are absolutely perfect family dog. Boxers are high energy dogs. Boxers are goofy, boxers are silly, so they really, really do make great family pets as long as you give them that outlet for energy.
They sit on command, they We have to work a little bit more on the staying command, but other than that, they're pretty good. I was a little worried about the walking both large dogs on a leash, but they walk great together. Their prey instincts aren't huge either, so like if they see a squirrel and stuff, they're not gonna immediately bolt. They're calm. They're more observant first, and yeah. And we went trick-or-treating with them. We put a pair of boxing gloves over their collars and went trick-or-treating with them. And there was other dogs and stuff, and they were really aggressive and barking, and they were totally chill. He is more of the attention seeker. Like, he just wants to be front and center with anybody that comes in the door.
She's the alpha. He's more outgoing, but she'll manage his behavior.
She's a little bit more laid back. At first we thought maybe it was like a shy thing. It's not. It's just like she just lets him have the show. But behind closed doors, that's where you kind of see the personalities, and she's kind of more in charge. So that was kind of surprising.
Anywhere between 100 dogs in foster homes at any given point in time, and the remaining are housed in the shelter. Some of them are in really, really horrific shape, and we've had people say, we're losing faith in humanity because we see these dogs come in, but then all I say is come to an adoption day or be part of the rescue where you see the opposite of that, like the people coming together and truly selflessly giving to make these animals in a better place where they can be adopted into a loving home. And if you show them the love and dedication, they will pay it back tenfold.
For the most part, they're just a real docile, tame dog. A little on the bigger side, but they're very affectionate. Once you own a boxer, that's your dog. That's the only one you'll want.